Happy Cinco de Mayo, Washington Commanders Nation, for everyone who celebrates, appropriates, or does whatever they need to on this day. We're talking NFL draft coming to DC. We're talking stadium details, and we're talking when should Washington extend Laremy, Tunsil, and Terry Mclaurin. Let's get it. What it do, everybody? It is Monday, May the 5th. Rookie minicamp is coming up in a few days. We just got the rookie numbers released a little bit earlier on the timeline. And someone we haven't had on the channel in a minute, someone I do the afternoon kick with, I had to bring him on today because we haven't kicked it in quite some time. My boy D. Will, what's good, my dog?
Rio, what's up, baby boy? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right now, man. How are you feeling?
Hey, man, I can't complain. I'm happier than a pig in crap. You know what I'm saying? Feeling good. This all season has been going smooth. I haven't been stressed. None. It's just, I don't even know what multiverse we in, bro. Like, we're just in a whole nother world.
Is this the sacred timeline that they've told us about?
I think it might, bro. I think it might be, because let me tell you, I mean, in all my years and all my days of 39 years of life, I've only seen this in my younger days, but to experience this in my adult life, it's a wonderful thing, beautiful thing.
Oh, it's amazing, man. I can't. I have to pinch myself sometime. Like, the team's good. The team has a quarterback. The team's under professional management. The ownership group is not embarrassing. They keep just falling into new opportunities and new business ventures. Where the stadium's coming back to DC. It's going to be world class. Last night they said the NFL draft is coming to DC in 2027. Is this real life, D?
Man, let me tell you, the Commanders immediately turned into the new girl at school. That you know, they was in the school, they was other places, and they came to a new school. Now they the hottest one, hottest girl around, and everybody wants to be associated with them. Everybody wants to hang with them. Everybody's saying good things. You're not talking bad. You acknowledging about the past, but you are more excited about the future. And from all intents and purposes, man, it's a complete turnaround out there in Ashburn. I love to hear it. And I'm so glad that we're here reaping the benefits of it, man. It's a beautiful thing, brother.
It is a beautiful day to be a Washington Commanders fan. There's quite some things we need to talk about because we haven't touched base in a minute, or at least we've talked, but we ain't contented together in a minute. And before we get into some Washington things, I would like to know Coach Prime's opinion on what happened with his son during the 2025 NFL draft.
If you'd have told me I got ready, hold on.
Hold up now. Hold on. We gotta know what Prime felt about Shedor's drop. You know, we gotta hear that we about to get first. You heard it first here on Rio's channel, because you know he has the best Dion impersonation in the business, man. I was watching this little animated short video that my boy sent me yesterday, and it was like making fun of Shedor and Dion and stuff. Okay, he got the 10-gallon on, man. Well, give it to him, Coach Prime. What happened with Shedor during the draft?
Hey, listen here, baby. Let me tell y'all something. The NFL has collectively made a bad decision, dog. He was one of the best quarterbacks at Jackson State, okay? Historically black college, baby. We could have went anywhere in the world, but he said, we're going to go to Jackson State. We're going to turn around the program, all right? Then we went there, went to the Celebration Bowl. We played well, all right? But we had high ground to attend to. So for that high ground, we went to Colorado, baby. Went Skull Buffs, went there, turned that program around in 2 seasons. And now the NFL decided that they didn't want my baby in the league. They done made a bad choice, baby, because let me tell you something. Coach Prime came here to have all my boys go to the top because we got God on our side. I'm a believer. See, we got dogs. We got leaders that can take over the league in one fell swoop, baby. So I'm not worried, man. God got us, and everything is under control. It's legendary, and perfect timing, baby. That's all it's about, baby. So I'm not worried, Rio.
Hey, I didn't realize that Mel Kiper and the Sanderses, I didn't realize y'all were that close. That boy was going to war for your baby, Prime.
Well, listen, man, Mel Kiper, that's one of my dogs. That's one of my leaders, one of my guys that helped me through my media career. So he knows good talent. He knows what it's like. And see, let me tell you something about Mel Kiper. Mel was wrong the first time when I came out and I went to Atlanta. But see, he learned his lesson. He will not judge my boys again, because even though Shedor went to Cleveland, okay, Shiloh went here, he went to Tampa. So listen, it's gonna be It's gonna be a party all across the league, baby. Both conferences, all divisions, baby. The Sanders are here, and I got all my guys from Colorado coming right behind them, baby.
Hey, Prime, I know you raised your boys with some respect. Obviously, they're going to have some confidence and some arrogance in them. You know, they're the son of Deion Primetime Neon Sanders. But they say in some of them interviews, Shedeur conducted himself very unprofessionally. He didn't like being called out for certain things by certain teams. Any truth to that, or just a part of the smear campaign?
Listen, man, how many job interviews that you went on that you didn't want to get the job, baby? If I don't want to work there, I'm not coming. So that's why I'm not worried about that. We coming, okay? It don't matter what team we going to. We coming. It don't matter. I'm not going to apply for Chick-fil-A if I don't want to serve waffle fries, okay? If I want to go to McDonald's, that's where I'm going to go. They've been in business the longest. That's where I want to be. So I don't worry about those guys that talk about these things about Shedeur because they wasn't there. They wasn't in there drawing up X's and O's on that board, baby. They wasn't doing what we was doing. We were getting prepared. We were being ready to be legendary. And let me tell you something. Everything's happened for a reason. We get to the places that we get to because we got in the car and we drove there. Or we got on horseback, baby. We rode right there to Cleveland. So I'm not worried, man. 31 other teams made a bad decision, and Cleveland got on board at the right time, baby. So it's all good, baby.
Yep. Ultimately, Shedeur went at 144. Shiloh went unsigned to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, no, he went undrafted free agent to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Travis got traded up for the Browns. The team that drafted Shedeur ended up switching back with the Jacksonville Jaguars. But switching gears back to Washington. Thank you for coming on, Prime. I appreciate you, Prime.
No problem, baby. Listen, and with those Commanders too, man, I'm proud of them, dog. They paid me a lot of money back when I was down on my luck, and now I'm seeing that franchise go. So I'm so excited for you guys. And shout out to that guy, D. Will Does It All, man. He's a funny comedian. He's a good guy. He's gonna be making his stand-up comedy debut the end of this month, man. So y'all better go out there and check him out, baby.
Hey, let people know where your comedy debut will be taking place, by the way. Go ahead and plug that while we're here.
I heard it's going to be at Piano Keys in Brandywine, Maryland. At the last Tuesday of the month. I believe it's the 26th, baby. So make sure it's not the 21st. The 21st would have been a great day for Coach Prime, but it's going to be on the 26th, baby. So make sure you pull up and check out my man, D. Will. He's going to be doing his stand-up debut, baby. You ain't going to want to miss that. Trust me.
Oh, man. I love that, man. I love that, man. The Prime impersonation, it gets them every time. It gets them every time.
They love it, bro. They love it.
That and Ocho, you know, it gets the people going. It's provocative, but moving on to some more Washington Commanders news before we get to some of this extension talk. What did you think of Washington's draft?
Oh, man. Hold on, I need a sip of water, man. Talking in that low register is tough sometimes.
This boy do this shit, man. That's a voice acting savant right there, right?
Hey, man. So Rio, to answer your question, bro, like I think the draft, was just a modest draft. I think we had a draft that good teams have, right? We just get good at the positions that we need to. No big splashes, no big movements. We just need guys in the right spot. And then once you start looking at the tape of some of these guys that they drafted, right? Not a whole bunch of big name guys where everybody's like, oh, this is the best at this position, right? It's just more or less, you look at the tape and then you're like, wow, these guys really fit what we're trying to do. And you see that as they've been trying to change the narrative for the past few seasons about what this team is and finding commanders, you know, guys that have been captains, guys that have been good team guys that have good character and good background. Man, getting those guys in the building is amazing. And I feel like they're doing that with these last two drafts. They're finding scheme fits, they're finding character fits. And it's not a super exciting thing. They're not splashing around, moving up, moving back. They're just staying pat, doing what the good teams do, making the right picks, and they're going to coach them up and get them to where they need to be.
Hell yeah, man. Like this is, like you said, it's a good team draft. Done are the days where Washington is trying to win the draft, win free agency, win the offseason. We're trying to win from September through February at this point, not just through December or January. We're trying to win through February, man, and getting that little glimpse and taste of success should have this team moving differently as they're going forward. So 5 draft picks, that's all we need. I don't need 10 to 12 draft picks at this point, man. It is quality over quantity. Which pick are you most excited for?
Well, before I get into that, man, I want to just tell enlightened original man that I won't be doing that at my stand up. But if you come, I promise I'll roast you on stage. So pull up, so I can just fire you up real quick. But to answer your question, man, I'm super excited about the Connerly pick because offensive line has been a weakness for us, and we've been able to finesse it last year because Jaden, right? He's been able to do so much. But imagine Jaden with a clean pocket where he can literally because Jaden is a pocket passer, bro. Like he's a pocket passer. He want to stay in the pocket
on a jetpack that can run if he needs to.
He wants to stay in the pocket and throw the ball, right? So imagine he has the time to sit back and pick apart defenses. I think adding Connerly to the mix will allow him to be able to sit back and do that. I'm really excited about the Connerly pick. We're getting younger on the offensive line. And it feels like we're starting to develop those guys. You know what I mean? You got Cosme that will be back at some point next year off of injury. You got Coleman from last year. You traded for Laremy Tunsil. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they're understanding that hey, we perceivably have this quarterback for the next 15 years. We got to keep him upright and we got to draft well. So I predict really for the next few years for the Commanders to be taking an offensive lineman in the first 3 rounds for the foreseeable future for the next few years to keep developing those guys and keep him safe and allowing him to play good football.
At some point, maybe an early edge can, you know what I'm saying? Get taken, but
for sure.
That starting 5 on the O-line is looking quite stout for Jaden Daniels, and protecting that frail ass guy is our goal going forward. He's putting on some muscle though. He's packing it on, but the stadium announcement last week. We got a full ass press conference about the stadium. Obviously, it's going to need to be approved sometime this summer. You know how politics go. A couple people need to be massaged and pandered to and get included. And so, you know, throw them some lifetime box seats to the stadium and whatnot. How excited did that make you feel? Because I know we was emotional when we was texting about it.
You know, you got to massage my back. Do I get to make the announcement? Do I get to be a part of it? The Donald? I have to be.
No, man. But no, dog, I'm super excited. Like, it's crazy because where I work, right? I work in DC. I literally drive past RFK every day, every single day. I went to very few games as a kid there. My dad tells me stories about playing city championship game there for Dunbar High School back in 1980. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the history of that building is in the DMV. The history of that is in many people's families, many people's fandom DNA, right? So I drive past that dilapidated building every day, and it's just like, bruh.
It's so sad.
It is, because then if you go on the opposite side, you got where the Defenders and DC United play, and then you got Nat Stadium. Like over there, it's bumping, bro. It's hot over there. But to have RFK look the way that it does, man, it's like it's unfortunate, right? And I feel like at some point, the Harris Group doesn't buy the team without the intent of first getting a new building, but then secondly, making sure it comes back to DC. So hearing the news that they're coming back to the city, man, it's so great. I think that area will get a great revitalization. I'll be able to park at my job and go to games because it's literally right there. But no, man, I'm just excited, man. And real talk, and I say this as the OG, like, and as the unk, like, I'm excited for guys like you who never got a chance to experience any like good times, because even the good times I had as a fan, I was still, you know, in my single digits, you know what I'm saying? Like as a youngin'. So being able to experience that, like, that's so awesome. And I just think, man, the sky's the limit, man. We finally feel like a program that has all the good stuff, man. A new building, new coach, new quarterback. You know, at some point they're gonna be dropping them jerseys soon.
Allegedly, because they're word on the street they might not be adding them this year anymore. I don't know. I've been hearing some rumblings, man.
Hey, it might look. You know what? I think it's probably so much good. Like, bro, they like we got to save some of this good stuff for later on, because literally, dog, every week we in a news cycle with the Commanders did
with
this.
Good shit, and this is like the repellent and the complete antithesis of what this team was for 25 plus years. We were always in a fucking scandal. We were always getting dogged, embarrassed, or someone up high or someone on the roster was doing something to sully and put smut on the franchise's name.
And it's so good right now is that what you start seeing is that people are picking through, trying to find negative things, and it's not really too many negative stuff, too many negative things happening. They're trying to create negativity with some of these things, like, just looking for stuff. But we've always been the easy target because we did have bad stuff going on. Issues with season ticket holders, money issues, scandal, like all you said. They're not having a personable owner that guys didn't want to talk. And it was just a whole lot. But now it's like, bro, we're good. It's good news every week, and all the negative people that want to stay down are really trying to find things to talk bad about us. But we just got all good things happening, bro.
All good things happening. It's fun to just talk about little dumb trivial shit like, ooh, the jersey numbers came out today and stuff like that. And speaking of jersey numbers, I can pull them on the screen
Yeah,
real
let's see.
quick. Let's see what these rookies are talking about. I gave my thoughts because, I drop a video about everything at this time of year. What are your thoughts? So we got Josh Connerly Jr. wearing the number of Commanders legend Charles Leno Jr. and Dexter Manley, 72. We got Trey Amos in 23. Jalen Lane, our rookie 4th-round receivers, wearing 83 on some Ricky Sanders shit.
Yeah, I love that.
He keeps it classic for all the wide receiver traditionalists and purists. He's worn 83 in high school, college, and now the NFL. 56 for Kane Madrano. I want to stop there for a second.
Okay, let's do it.
Because I seen someone on Twitter about 20 minutes ago say something that sounds completely blasphemous and asinine to me. They said, how they let Kane Madrano wear LeVar Arrington's number? LeVar got a number that's held in reverence here, D, that I don't know about.
Nah, you know what it is though, Rio? You know what it is? So aside from the main ones, right? You be in a fan base for so long and you see how many of these numbers get essentially hold out. And it's like, bro, it's like numbers really don't have the same regard as they used to. Like, I feel like in order for a number to be off limits or retired, like you gotta have had like an MVP, defensive player of the year type thing.
And LeVar had like 2 good seasons. I know he went to the Pro Bowl 3 times, but I think he only had like 2 good seasons here. Arakpo was better than LeVar.
Yeah.
And 98 ain't off limits.
And then on top of that, right, you got to think about this, bro. As time progresses, how many numbers can you designate as like unusable? You know what I'm saying? Like one could argue, right? One could argue that Joe Theismann, right? Yeah, he won the Super Bowl, right? But that 7 should be available. You know what I'm saying? One could argue that Sonny Jurgensen number 9 could be available, right?
I think retired it just a couple years ago.
Exactly.
Snyder never did the professional thing of retiring numbers. Yeah,
exactly. But truth be told, it's only a handful of numbers. You know what I'm saying? That should be retired and it should be off limits. So Art Monk, you know what I'm saying? Darrell Green, Sammy Ball. I had a debate with somebody about Sean Taylor's jersey.
And that's a good point because that's where my comment was going. I said, what the hell did LeVar do to have his number be untouchable? And the dude's comment was, that's like saying Sean Taylor didn't do anything for the team. Putting LeVar and Sean Taylor in the same sentence seems very crazy to me.
Man, I don't know, man. Like we have ideas like what players mean to us, but we at the end of the day, we got to look at what they actually did. Like what value did they bring? Like what culture did they change? You got to look at the statistics as well, but you got to look at Sean Taylor like all together. He essentially galvanized a whole generation of safeties that play like him.
Sean Taylor was in the process of being like of revolutionizing his position and being the top at his position. Like,
bro, he would literally be about to go into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like in this year or next year, he would about to be going into the Hall of Fame because I believe he would have played minimum 13, 14 seasons. You know what I'm saying? And then the 5 years to be retired to go into the Hall of Fame. So he would be about to go into the Hall of Fame right now. I firmly believe that he legitimately changed the way safeties, the way they drafted safeties. He changed the way safeties played in the league because let me tell you, bro, he had it all. He was the center fielder and he could also come down the box and blow you up. So his impact is way more, in my opinion, than LeVar. LeVar was a number 2 pick or a number 3 pick.
Yeah,
behind Chris
overall,
Sanders.
he was the number 2 overall
Number
pick
2,
in
and
the
then Chris
draft.
Sanders was after
You
him.
know what I'm saying? I mean, LeVar was cool. He had a cool couple seasons. Arakpo was better than him, and 98 would never be off limits to me. But these conversations get crazy. I don't know. Sean Taylor and LeVar Arrington, those are two drastically different career trajectories that they were on. The Pro Bowls don't move me. I know he had the one great season, and then he had another solid season, but LeVar really was not like that to me. But
there's got to be a level. There's got to be, because some could look at this and say, well, how's Trey Amos and D'Angelo Hall number? Because D'Angelo Hall had a couple great seasons with us as corner, right? But if you get into that,
I don't know why anybody would do that, because D'Angelo Hall was good, but like, we're not talking Ring of Fame good.
Exactly. But you could literally do that at every juncture where somebody wears the jersey.
We shouldn't, and like, we gotta stop touting people up to be great when they weren't great. D'Angelo Hall was good for us. He was never great. Like, we didn't have LeVar Arrington was never great at any of his career. Sean Taylor played a few years here, but he was great in the time that we actually saw him play.
Yeah.
Ryan Kerrigan is the all-time sack leader for the organization, and 91 just be getting passed around to edge of the roster, barely there, practice squad. Well, now Dietrich Wise is wearing it. He's at least solid. But
I think the key is, I think, truth be told, if you can get a non-cool number and turn it into that number, that's an easy way for it to stay untouchable, right? So because you know, like, you like, oh man, nobody want to wear that, but like 33, like 33 is a cool number in basketball, not football. Like, that's weird to me. So Sammy Ball, literally one of the best all time. They mentioned the top greatest players. Sammy Ball is mentioned in there in the history of the league.
And respect the Sammy Ball, but you know, when football, like, before there was color on TV and colored players on the field or face mask on them leather helmets, I really don't care about anything that happened during football during those times, because it really wasn't football to me.
And I think at some point them numbers got to reset, right? Yeah. Like, I feel like, how long can it stay retired? But the one good one I'll say is that the Commanders / Redskins should have retired 17. Right? They never did, right? Jason Campbell got it, and then
there's bums have worn that shit
exactly
before.
And then Terry got it and made that number even more. So like, when they do retire 17, so they're gonna retire 17 at some point.
Yeah, like when Michael Floyd wearing that.
Right. When they retire 17, that number will have a legacy of two great players to have it. First black Super Bowl winning quarterback, Doug Williams, and then Super Bowl champion Terry McLaurin, you know what I'm saying, when they retire it. So like, yeah, bro, like, some of those numbers that you can get into it all day, but there's only, well, now it's 0 to 99, so that's all you can do. I wonder if they're gonna let 00 be a number at some point.
They're gonna have to, but especially if teams keep retiring numbers and making every fucking number between 0 through 9 unavailable and stuff like that. But, and then to close out the rookie number conversation, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, someone I'm very excited about to see hit the field. He's wearing number 32. You know, he's out here channeling his young Samaje Perine, but he moves a lot better, a lot more fluid.
That's the one you go to. You could have said Ricky Irvins at least, or something. At least he won a Super Bowl.
Samaje Perine.
He ain't say Marcus Allen. He ain't say nobody else. He's
names,
right. He said Samaje P. Who's crazy that he's still playing, dog.
Shout out to him for still getting bags and still out there, you know, getting work with team. He gets
sticking around, bro. Sticking around. That's what you gotta do, bro. In this league, it's about sticking and staying. And truth be told, the way this economy is working, bro, if you could be a backup on the NFL roster, you live in a great life right now.
That's a phenomenal,
amazing life.
I would do terrible things to have that backup money coming in every offseason. But shout out to Samaje Perine. I would call him a legend because that's how fans and that's how the team treat anybody that's ever played for the team. So,
Marcus Mason, dog, preseason legend, dog.
Mac Brown, legend. Man. Skip Hicks, legend.
Jesus Christ. Trunk candidate, legend.
Oh, Trunk candidate.
If you've ever scored a touchdown for us, you're a legend, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, Trunk candidate was so nice on Madden. No, but taking the conversation away from stuff like numbers and trivial shit. Terry McLaurin and Laremy Tunsil, you know, they're neither are on the last year of their contract, but Washington can look to extend one or both guys. We've seen only one real extension given out so far under Adam Peters, and it was right before the season back in September. It was Sam Cosmi, 4 years, 74 million. I believe it was 45 million guarantee. I know the last crew before them used to sign guys right before training camp and stuff like that. But this is a different crew, so we can't compare Terry's last contract extension to the one that we're expecting him to get. He's hitting his age 30 season. Tunsil's about to hit his age 31 season. Tunsil's top 5, top 6 at his position in the league, and he's currently being paid as like the 5th highest paid tackle in the league right now. We haven't seen a picture of Tunsil yet at offseason workout. I haven't seen anything saying he wasn't there, but if you heard his intro presser, his little Zoom conference when he looked like he was sitting on the plantation rocking chair talking to the media, he definitely wants his contract touched up a little bit. He seems like he's trying to jump up from that 20 million, 25 million base salary up to around 27, 28, where the top of the line guys, Tristan Wirfs, Penei Sewell, Trent Williams, and company are getting. Without seeing Laremy Tunsil take a snap for this team, would you feel comfortable with Washington extending him?
Yeah, well, you look at his history of how he's been in the league and what he's done in the league. I think you got to do it. You got to lock him down. And I firmly believe that this coaching staff and front office would make a move for somebody they don't feel would fit with the team, right? I know there was a lot of question last year when they traded for Marshawn about, will he really fit with us or da 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 da. And man, they're smarter than us, bro. They know what's going on, right? I believe last year he was hurt. That's why he played the way he did. But he has that attitude that I like. And I think Tunsil has that attitude as well, man. He's a dog. He can play well. He's already protected the young quarterback in CJ Stroud. So I think he's good. And of course, man, I think you don't bring guys with the intention of 1-year situations, right? They didn't go full Rams. That would be different if they did that this year, but they're all about building for the future. And I think they will bring him in to adjust his contract. He could be the anchor of that offensive line along with Cosmi and really lead them into the next era. And with Terry, right? I think Terry at every point, Terry has just proved everybody wrong that he is, better than what you think he is, right? And last year, seeing Talking Terry, that's what I'm gonna call him now. But last year, seeing Talking Terry, man, he was just a different dude, a different dog. And he's a lunch pail guy. And I think the one thing they've always tried to teach you about life is that hard work will get you paid. And he's done that at every turn and every opportunity. So I think he would definitely get his contract adjusted to be on par with the top 10 wide receivers in the league.
All right, so I'm looking at Laremy Tunsil's contract, and I'm seeing why he would want to get it bust up. I get where it's going now. I believe the highest paid left tackles in the league right now, I believe it's 28,500,000, 28 million, 27 million. I'm looking at the 3-year, $75 million contract extension that he signed with the Houston Texans. That would be so. And this year, his base salary is 20 million, just under $21 million. His cap hit is 21 when it includes roster and workout bonuses and stuff like that. Washington has a potential out after this season. That is why he wants his contract.
For sure.
He wants his contract touched. 1, because of that. 2, because with the cap hit and his base salary, he's making a few $1 million less than what the contract terms dictate. And as a pass blocking left tackle, he's one of the top 3 left tackles in the league at protecting the quarterback through the pass. He had a lot of penalties last year, but we all know who Laremy Tunsil is as a left tackle. When a team has a potential out in your contract, you don't want to play games with that. So I need some security. I don't imagine a world where Adam Peters gave up a 3rd rounder and a 7th rounder this year, a 2nd and a 4th rounder next year, where they didn't have some type of rumblings of an extension when they were talking to his management.
I think out of all the positions that you would take a 1-year flyer on, it wouldn't be on left tackle, right? I think if it was an edge rusher, if it was a high dollar wide receiver, if it was something like that, I say, yeah, you might want to do a 1-year flyer on, but you don't take a left tackle with the 1-year flyer situation, to go to essentially say F them picks. Nah, you bring him over with plans on extending him and keeping him in the fold for at least another 2 years versus, pushing that void year out, maybe to 27 or 28 to try to get another good, 2-3 years before you got to make another decision then. So I don't think they would have pulled him over without already those conversations or without already some assurances that was going to happen for him.
Yo, as a brokey common folk person, like seeing these type of terms, it must be nice to go to the negotiation table. Nah, 20 million ain't enough. Give me 27. Give me 27 and a half. So I'm thinking if I was to guess the parameters or framework of a Laremy Tunsil extension, instead of this voided year next year, we could probably get him a 3-year extension here. 3 years, $84 million. I believe that's 28 over 3. So 28 million a year over 3 years. You get him through his age 33 season. And at that point, you let Josh Connolly slide into the left spot after his age 33 season. Tackles can play a long time in this league. 33 is as far as I need to take it. We're protecting Jaden through his rookie contract. We're sliding Connolly back over to the left where he usually played in college, and we would move forward after that. What do you think?
I mean, it sounds good, but I think you might be able to get a little bit more out of Tunsil, man. Like you said, with tackles, bro,
right. You're right.
They can play a while, and then if he's playing at a high level, like, because remember there was conversation that Trent Williams could end up back here. You know what I'm saying? Because he's still regarded as one of the top tackles in this league.
He's still him. Yeah.
Like, so you know what I'm saying? So like if Laremy Tunsil's playing at a pace like that and we're still winning and doing well, man, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't make any adjustments to the roster at that point in time. Just keep adding on, keep things. But what's going to happen is, I think the unfortunate part is that we're going to be a good team. We're going to be winning, and we're not going to be able to pay and keep everybody. So I think that could be a situation, not based on his play or anything or his age. I think it could just be the time that we need to move on from him and keep younger guys like the Patriots used to do. We'll keep you a year less before we keep you a year longer than what we should, right? So I think it could be one of those situations versus just having to get him off the roster because of his age. I think play might dictate that more.
Yeah, I just think the most I would be able to give him contract wise is like a 3-year at this point, because I don't want to give 5-year contracts to 31-year-olds.
Sure.
But 3 years, 84 million, give him 28 per. Contracts are good for giving you a fleshed out look at how your salary cap's looking. Washington's sitting with 22 million effective right now, but that doesn't really affect extensions. They got to sign the draft picks, yada, yada, yada. The team has money, and with the way that they've set up a roster full of 1-year contract, every offseason we're walking into robust capital. So I think personally they will extend Laremy Tunsil before the 2025 season. Do you think so?
Yeah, I think they would too. Just avoid any confusion or any conflict. I think even if you don't give him the big extension, right, you may just do like a 2-year extension, like something to push that void year further down the road, so that you'll have him on the books for this year and next year, and then maybe you have to come back to the table in 27 or 28, to figure it out. But like, I like this comment where he's at now contractually is perfect, because it's one of those pay to play situations. Okay, you want to get paid like one of the big time guys? Come out and ball this year. You know what I'm saying? Stake your claim. And I think, he definitely will have the opportunity to come out and do so.
And my thoughts, though, are just that I know in the process of discussing this trade, the team had to be in contact with his agent about the contract situation. I don't think they give up that many picks for a guy if they didn't feel confident about extending him going forward to tie him to the organization. Obviously, you want to see him go out and do it first and stuff like that. But with a void year next year, Laremy Tunsil, man, he about his cheddar, man. He might not be about that, bro. He might be like, nah, man, y'all need to show me a little something, a little commitment to the boy before I get out there and get active, though. But I would understand if they wanted to wait for it.
Also, too, in Washington, man, I think now we're entering into the era where guys want to come play here. So I'm not necessarily saying they're gonna take a pay cut, but guys may be willing to say, yeah, I'm a top 10 player, but just give me top 15 money. Or yeah, I'm a top 5. Let me get top 8 money, because I want to win some Super Bowls. Because I'm telling you, man, we talked about it yesterday, bro. It's gonna happen, dog. What's gonna happen it might be 2 right before we get that draft here, but it's gonna happen, bro. We gonna win a bowl, and it's gonna be. I'm just saying, bro. It's gonna be like the Chiefs, bro. Guys want to go play for the Chiefs.
Imagine hosting the draft and picking 32nd because we're coming off of Lombardi. Oh my God, D.
on the clock, the Washington with the 30-second pick, the Washington Commanders, and that crowd go nuts. They go, yeah, they be playing go the house band. They playing go. Like, bro, come on, dog. It's gonna be a good time.
Oh, that is a
man.
great point to mention. I forgot Laremy Tunsil does represent himself. So
he know what he doing.
So that makes it a lot more interesting. So
Yeah.
all of the negotiating and posturing that needs to be done is going to be him. Thank you for reminding me of that, because that totally slipped my mind.
He know what he doing.
He definitely knows what he's doing. The NFL draft coming to Washington, D.C. is crazy, right? That's a crazy idea to mention, man.
Dog, you know what I think? First of all, I think what they're doing with the draft is trying to get it in cities that don't have the opportunity to get the Super Bowl. So I think they're trying to do that. That's why they had it in Green Bay. They had it in Nashville. So like having it in those types of places. But also too, man, growing the game at the precipice, the center of the country, right? Not the center, but you know what I mean. Having it there, where the team is.
Imagine them getting drafted at the Lincoln Memorial. It's hilarious. Me and Honest Abe, bro, we're chilling, bro, holding the jersey up right next to Honest Abe.
Hey, bro, I got so many jokes for that. So many slave jokes for that. That's so funny.
Oh my God, I know exactly where we would go. Hell yeah.
But like, I just think, man, just having us, this goes back to what we were saying earlier, man. Just every week is just something new. It's like, man, bro, what else can we do to continue to be excited about? Like, bro, previous years we were excited. We made excitement trying to convince ourselves that Carson Wentz was going to be our quarterback. Now we actually have actual tangible excitement, talking about getting a new building, talking about bringing the draft here, making DC and the DMV a relevant football town again, right? We always been with the fans, but throughout the league, the narrative was that, oh yeah, they won some Super Bowls back in the 80s and early 90s, but yeah, it's not all that no more, bro.
Oh, and speaking of that draft announcement, I think
it
just
on?
Went live. I might have to throw that up on throw that up here real quick. Let's see what the Donald and them talking about.
We'll travel all across our country to cheer them on in person. We expect, would you say, more than 100,000 people? I think. What is the capacity?
A million
can hold, because the mall can actually hold.
It's holding so many thousands of people. They're gonna over that weekend. It's gonna be over 1 million easy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be boosting local businesses and bringing jobs and tourism to the heart of our capital. The draft is a celebration of one of our country's most cherished cultural institutions, and the annual highlights for football fans everywhere. Everyone in the world is going to be watching. We look forward to welcoming people from across the nation, from all over the world. Last month, the Washington Commanders and the D.C. government also announced a major deal to build a brand new 65,000-seat football arena at the site of the RFK Stadium in Eastern Capitol Hill. And I don't think there's a better site anywhere in the world than that site. He's a friend of mine. He's a very successful guy. There's a reason for it. It's amazing. It sat there for years, and people were talking about stadiums
Trump
and
gonna announce
25
different
different sites. I said,
that Terry McLaurin, he's been a good guy on both sides. He's played the X, he's played the Y. He's got in the slot and played well. We're going to bring him in. He's going to sign his contract.
There's going to be so many people in town.
The mission of making Washington.
Town's going to have so many people.
Oh,
hey, yo, that's what caught me off guard.
Yo, that was crazy.
At my last job, I used this tool called.
Why they got ads? Hold up, son. Why they running ads? That chick got the shit out of me, though.
I was like,
made a
what
lot
happened?
of improvements in the last few months, and it's getting to look really strong. Crime is way down.
Roger,
and,
like he's in pain.
a lot
Roger,
of-
like he
there's
got
a
a
good
fart, bro.
relationship
Look
we
at
are
him.
going with
Look at Roger
Muriel,
Goodell's
so I
face. He
wanna
like he got a
thank you very
fart, bro.
much, and would you like to say a few
He
words?
like he holding that fart between his
Come here,
legs so
please.
hard, bro. Look,
Thank you. Well, sorry.
let's go, Muriel.
Well, greetings. I'm Muriel Bowser. I'm the mayor of the best city in the world,
Yeah.
and also the sports capital. And we are delighted to
Talk
be
your shit,
here,
Muriel.
to be here with the Washington Commanders, the
Mhm.
NFL, and the
Smash that
president
like button.
to talk about this very exciting announcement for Washington, D.C. We believe in
Goodell
investing in
face do look like
sports
somebody
because
always
they have
just
helped
farted.
us
Look at Goodell, bro.
transform neighborhoods.
Him and Josh
And
Harris.
the NFL
Mhm.
bringing
You smell that?
this event to the nation's capital will help us fill hotel rooms, our restaurants, restaurants, and Americans from all 50 states will come to their nation's capital and enjoy our beautiful city and museum. So we're just delighted to be here, and we want to thank everybody for all the hard work to get here.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Roger Goodell just has a permanent,
Mr.
like,
President, thank you.
uncomfortable
We're honored
face.
to be
Yes,
here in the Oval
yes.
Office and to have you announce the 2027 NFL Draft is a special treat. So thank you for your support. Also, thank you for your support.
Why does
in
Trump stand like
the
that, bro?
Commander's new stadium.
Like a sack of potatoes.
We
'Cause
agree.
he's
it's
built
gonna be
like a
great site.
fucking
We think it's,
jackhammer.
He
going to be
bad
great for our
built, bro.
fans
Look
here,
at him, dog.
and it's great to come back home. And so we're very excited about
The
that.
White House lists
Josh
him
is
like he
leading the
built
way
like
on
a
our behalf and the
prospect, though.
mayor, so we thank you to them for that.
6'4", 250.
We also want to thank you because in the first
said
term, you
they got
helped
him
us
built
get,
like Nick
Canadian
Emanwari.
citizenship, which we want to make sure we note again and make sure you know.
Does not like me too much.
Trump hunch his shoulders like he confused, bro. Like, what's going on?
American company a lot of money that you deserved, frankly.
He,
So,
he
Thank
got
you.
his shoulders looking like Florida Evans, bro.
The draft
Look
has
at him.
really become one of
JJ.
the great entertainment and sports
Nigga got
events.
shoulder pads
Uh,
on.
Just a week ago in Green Bay,
Sign him
we
up, bro.
had
We need
over
another guard, bro. He can
600,000
play,
people
bro. I
attend.
promise.
The year before in Detroit, we had close to 800,000.
Trump built like Sheldon Day.
As the president remarked, we believe we'll be well over 1 million when we come here to DC in 2027. So we not only believe it's a great
Hey,
site,
Trump-
we believe it's consistent with what the president said, which is investing in our
Trump
communities,
look like a-
investing
Look
specifically
like a
here
lowercase
in the
p, bro.
nation's
Look at him.
capital,
Look at
one
his,
that I grew up here.
look at his
in
arms, like
Washington,
his
DC,
arms don't bend,
is
bro. Look at him.
particularly
Don't just
important.
hang there.
We think we can have a
Look at his
tremendous
elbows,
impact
bro.
on
Them
this
joints don't
community,
bend.
and
And he
it
got to
will
turn
not
his
just
whole
be an
body to
event,
turn his
it will
head.
be
Look at
something
him.
that will show the world how far
His neck
the nation's
uncomfortable
capital
as
has
shit.
come and where it's going. So we're very
He-
excited about
Bro, he like
that.
a puppet, bro. Somebody got to
And
lift
we
his arm.
thank everybody here. We thank you for your support. We know it's going to be a great event, Mr. President. We thank you again.
Where's Jim Henson when you
You're
need him, dog?
Where does Trump
Somebody
fall
work
on the evolution of man chart, y'all?
Mr. President, thank
He
you very
falls
much.
off the chart.
We wouldn't be here without you.
Off
Thank
the
you for your
charts.
leadership.
Man, lower the mic for my
in
man
terms
Josh,
of,
bro. Lower the mic for
the
him.
I know they got him
His
looking
face.
crazy, man. Fix
what a
the
great
mic,
day for
man.
Washington. I mean, to host the NFL draft in 2027 on the mall.
Josh is like he
I
always
believe
just
we'll
got
get over
finished
1
on a
million
marathon
people,
run. He
and
like he
it's
just
gonna
stepped
be
off
an
a treadmill.
amazing
Look at
day,
him, dog.
and it'll
He's sweaty and
showcase,
high. He looks
what
uncomfortable.
Washington's
How
all
tall
about,
is he?
but it'll
Bro,
also
he's short,
showcase, what our country
Mario
all
could
about.
put him in a
Washington
post
is
and back
gateway
him
city
down,
to our
bro.
country, and it'll be an amazing day, and we can't wait to get started. And I couldn't
With the
have done it
fourth
without
pick
my
in the
partners, Roger
WNBA
Goodell.
draft,
Thank you.
the Mystics
And
select
there,
Muriel
Bowser.
Bowser, power
We're
forward,
ready to get to work, and
out of Connecticut.
I can't imagine RFK coming back. I grew up here. DC used to
Oh,
stop.
he made sure he got his
and
stadium plug
on
in.
Sundays,
That's my
and
own. That's
everyone
our
be
team owner right
inside
there,
watching
man.
football, or everyone
Bro,
would
Trump
be
got to control his arms from the shoulders. Look,
at
bro.
the stadium.
Every
And so
time
we
he
wanna
turned,
bring
them
that
joints just
back, and football really is as essential to the culture of America.
Trump probably got a mean
We
girdle
all
on
love
under
it.
his
We all
suit.
watch it, and it brings
They got a
people
corset.
together.
They got a waist trainer
And
or some shit
so
on.
what a great way
Keep
to
the shoulders up.
celebrate,
Bro, the man
the
holding
United
up
States
Trump
of
back right now is
America, the
tired, though. I already
NFL,
know.
and the Washington Commanders and President Trump. We leave on your desk a Trump jersey. You are the ultimate commander, so it is a Commander's jersey.
Ooh,
Yo,
we
they
pandering
didn't-
heavy,
they
bro.
really didn't fix his mic, bro.
We pandering heavy right now.
We appreciate you, and thank you for everything you've done. And
Fuck the
look forward to
Sixers,
the
bro.
future.
He need to put all his attention into this football team. Y'all ain't ever going nowhere over there, man.
And I have to
Hey,
say
hold-
that
Rio, pause
Josh
it. Hold
had
on,
a very
hold
good
on, pause
draft a short while ago. You have a very good.
Hey, look at how Trump shake his hand, bro. You got to go back like 15 seconds. But Trump shakes your hand and stares into your eyes like this, like give me a firm handshake. Dog, look at it, bro.
He shakes his hand like he
You
demands
are the
respect.
ultimate
Bro,
commander.
watch him.
so
Watch
It
him.
is a Commander's jersey. There's no bird on it.
Look, he
but,
gets that guy to
you
bend
know,
his
we,
elbow and he
we
looks him
do,
right in his eyes. Give
we
me a firm
appreciate
handshake,
you,
buddy.
and
Watch
thank you
it.
for everything
Put her
you've
in the old
done,
vice.
and,
Hey, Trump
look
got a
forward to
fresh
the
lace
future.
front
He
hairpiece.
do.
though.
Look at it. Look.
That is
And I have to
crazy.
say that
Why you looking at him
Josh had a
like
very good draft a short while ago. You have a very good quarterback, great quarterback, I think. Yeah, great.
He's a very good quarterback.
Any
He's a very great
questions,
quarterback.
please?
The quarterback's
At the
actually very great.
stadium, or-
Peyton Manning is
Yeah,
a great
please.
quarterback. Is that his name? No.
Thank you
Jeff
very
George.
much.
Thank you so much. About the draft, and I would like to upcome an event that it was already mentioned here, the World Cup. although United States, the passion here is football. For the World Cup next year, how do you envision, Mr. President, this event here in the United
Well, it'll be
States?
fantastic. I worked very hard to get the World Cup.
The
Always,
World's Cup.
I
World's
have the
Cup.
trophy right here, right behind you. Don't have a picture taken with Roger and that trophy, by the way. But no, they brought it in.
Dementia trophy.
Johnny, who's a
All
good
right,
guy,
go ahead, Doc.
he brought that in. That's the actual.
Yeah, we got to stop
trophy.
putting old
It's
people in
interesting
charge
to
of the
guess that.
country, bro.
Man,
It's
I could do a
amazing.
whole show on
Tiffany,
that, dog.
It's
they're leaving it
2025,
here
bro.
until just before the.
And I don't want to hear
actual
nothing about
vice
Stephen A.
president
talking about
anthem.
running for president.
That's
That
very
man can't even
exciting.
admit
We
his
have to look.
headline receding. How he gonna
We
admit
have
he
both
can
of
help
them.
anybody
I
in the
worked
league?
very
I
hard
mean,
on getting
in the
both.
What
world.
is
I said,
Stephen A. gonna do
I'm not
for
gonna
me?
be able to
Nothing.
be there as president. And then a strange thing happened.
To hear him
and
yell
it
every
turned out
time
I
he got to make an
became
announcement.
president, not for the term that I was supposed to be. I became president. Well, we have the Olympics, and
Yes,
the World Cup,
Scotty.
and we have something
But don't tell
that
Scotty because Scotty
maybe
doesn't know.
surpasses everything. The 250th
Scotty doesn't know.
anniversary of our
Scotty-
country.
Yo,
So
Euro
it's gonna be
Trip is
great.
a
It's gonna be
classic,
very big
bro.
I
event,
love that
It's
movie.
a
year-long
classic
event.
movie, bro.
So thank you for question. Very nice question. Yeah, please.
Thank you
Very
for
nice
questioning. Very
Very
nice
nice.
question.
US to be
Shit.
bigger, better, and stronger. Currently, Russia is the biggest
What in the
country in
Dutch
world
is happening
by
right now?
landmass,
Look at
followed
Mario
by
like, what is going on? Look at her eyes, bro.
China,
She's like,
Canada,
Look at her,
and
look
then
at
China.
what the fuck
So
is
when
going
they say
on,
that
bro?
you
Muriel
want
Bowser
to
like she on The
annex
Simpsons, bro.
Canada,
Look at her. Don't she
is
like a
it
Simpsons
so
character?
that it would be
I'm
the
not even
biggest
trying to
country
roast her,
in
but
the
she
world?
look like a Simpsons
That
character.
way, although I am a real estate developer at heart. I've never heard that question. Yeah, please go ahead.
President, will you have to hire more security and police in order to accommodate the 1 million people coming in for the NFL?
Yo, I would love to
I
see
think
Trump
that,
run the
there'll
three
be
cone.
something, and I know Roger will work it out.
That'd be the
Josh, and
nastiest
all
shit
of us
ever.
will work it out.
Bro, just be
It's
this.
such an honor to have that. I think it'll be great for everybody.
No
Great for our
Ben, no
country.
nothing.
It'll be something very special. There's no scene like it.
Correct.
There's no site like it. I did it.
Yes.
My whole life was based on sites, locations, and as soon as I looked at that rendering, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to really be beautiful. You know, interestingly, I didn't know exactly
Looking
where
about
it's
to lie
sat
about
relative
something.
to the
Here you go.
Capitol, but the stadium, if you go back,
He's gonna
is
say
right
something
behind
about the name, and
the Capitol.
everybody who
miles
wants the
behind,
name
but
back is
nevertheless
gonna nut.
visually right
Yep.
behind it. So it's
He's
gonna
gonna
be,
say something about the old name,
architect's dream.
and
Whoever the
everybody in their
architect is
redskin
chosen.
pajamas is
You know,
just gonna be
and the
erect.
owner. It's,
I remember
gonna
when the
be something
Redskins would
special. I
come and
think it's
take on
gonna
the
be great
Giants.
for the
There was a
area.
big time
Again,
there.
It will be top of the line. I know these people very well, and they only know about top of the
And man,
line.
they
and I
need
would
they
say
need
that
a
more will be put on
they need an
into
OG
the
to ask him the
stadium
next
than would be
question.
put into a
Like, yes, you, Mr.
NFL
Williams.
stadium
How
of
much
We
hot
didn't-
dogs gonna
similar
cost?
size.
We
I
I
think
didn't
didn't
know
they're
how
gonna do a
much.
special
We didn't need this
because
press
of the
conference.
importance of the location. I
We
have
sure
no
didn't,
doubt they'll
bruh.
do a special
Didn't
job.
need
Yeah,
this
please.
shit.
But Trump needs to take
implement
to take
tariffs on the film industry, kind of how that would work.
Well,
what?
that's a different story. But our
They talking about the film
film
industry?
industry has been decimated.
Hey,
by
yeah,
other
because they're talking about the
countries,
tariffs and shit.
taking
Hey,
them out,
stay
and
on
also
topic,
by
nigga. This is about the
incompetence, like in
NFL
Los
draft. We don't got
Angeles, the
time for all
governor is a
that right
grossly
now.
incompetent man. He's just
Where's
allowed
his
it to
press
be
secretary when you
taken
need
away
him?
from, Hollywood. Hollywood doesn't do very much of that business. They have the nice sign and everything's good, but they don't do very much. A lot of it's been taken to other countries. and
National
a big
Film League.
proportion. And I'm actually going to meet with some because, there's some advantages, I guess. and
Starring
I'm not
Jaden
looking to hurt
Daniels.
The industry. I want to help the industry.
Hey,
In
you
a
met my
world.
boy
But,
Jason. Shout
they're
out to
given
Jason.
financing by other countries. They've given a lot of things, and the industry was decimated. If you
Look
look
at Mario like, bro, what are
how
we
little
talking
is
about,
done in
bro?
this country now. You think we were the ones. We used to do 100 not long ago, 100%. Now we do.
Hey, let's get back to the
almost
draft. And let's get
Right.
back to the
very little.
football
It's
team, bro. You
shocking.
can do this
Bruh.
shit another
You're
time.
in
This
that
ain't the State of the
business too,
Union, my
because
nigga.
Bruh,
there's in so
every-
many businesses you could.
You sure it's
you
not
could
rambling with
explain it, but
Donald?
it's
'Cause
not a good
that's what he
situation.
sounded like.
So we're going to meet with the industry. I want to
Trump's
make sure
greatest
they're
hit.
happy with it. Because
That
we're all
30-second
about
video
jobs.
is
That's all
cool, bro.
important. It's
One
very
more
important.
question
It's a big
about something
industry,
other than the
but
draft,
it's
and
an
we out.
industry now that's it's really left. It's abandoned the USA where it started, and we'll get it back. Yeah, please.
Thanks, Mr. President. First, I just want to thank you for letting us in here. I'm with Zero Hedge, and the last
All
administration
right, nigga, ask your question,
banned us
bro.
on social media, so we're
It's
really
a-
grateful to be in the White House. And this is not exactly sports related, but
Oh, we out.
I've been dying to ask you this question for
Is
a
he
long
not about
time,
to ask a
which is
sports
that
question?
2.5 years ago, the Nord Stream pipeline.
Nope.
Yeah, we
We're
done.
out of there, and we
We
are
done.
officially out of there, guys.
Yeah,
It
we
was
done.
real. It was real. We'll get back to it.
Bro.
Give me the cliff notes and the highlights, my nigga.
Bro,
What are we doing, bro?
Bro, if you keep watching that joint, you gonna come up in the wrong wrong algorithm, bro. You could be up after a Joe Rogan video.
Like, tell me what happened with him, man. Well,
Hey,
you know,
man, get this bullshit. So back to Terry McLaurin's contract.
Right.
We talked about extending Laremy Tunsil. We will get more on that draft shit another time. I don't want to watch a Donald Trump press conference. Honestly, I just wanted to hear about the NFL draft being.
Hey,
It's in
I ain't gonna hold you though. Like live roasting him, like
Oh, that was hilarious.
That made my day, bro.
That's
like,
a bag. That's a bag.
Hey,
that was fun. That was fun.
we might need to do that in the all season.
That was lit.
The
That
afternoon
was
roast.
lit.
Just turn on CNN and go ham. And then get copyright strike. You can't play none of this stuff.
They gonna send them black vehicles to my crib like shit.
We getting swatted. Hey, yo, no, we getting swatted. But that's the FBI outside. They finna pick you up, bro.
Dad, we can't call the president ugly on mic. You know what I'm saying? He say much wilder shit to the whole world. So you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, bro. But let's continue, dog.
Hey, Terry McLaurin, man. My guy Locked On Law does not want to extend Terry. And I know how
Why
Law
not?
feels about him, but Terry means more than just football. Terry is our strongest soldier, our strongest troop. And Terry scored 16 touchdowns last year, 13 during the regular season, 3 during I like to stress the fact that we haven't been to many playoffs in this motherfucker's career. We have barely seen the postseason. Terry scored in all 3 postseason games last year, 227 yards and 3 touchdowns in 3 playoff games.
Rio, I'd like to argue the fact that if you just look at football, and regardless of everything else that he's done, if you just look at football, that would justify the extension. Like, no question. Like, if you just thought about football, like, you could justify the extension. But to add on the fact of what he's done for the franchise, for the organization, the type of, like I said, the lunch pail, hard hat guy, and has been great with the fans, who's been good with the media, who's always don't have no scandals, kept his nose clean, just got married this past year, overall, for all intents and purposes, a good guy and hard worker. All that on top of it, yeah, you pay that guy. Because let me tell you what, I feel like, yeah, this organization is not going to overspend. This organization is not going to keep anybody around a year too long. I think Terry is in his prime currently. Like, he is. I think Terry has a few more good years under his belt, like what he had this year. Before he starts declining. And I think that'll be a hard conversation to have when that comes, because if you have 3 years 1,200, 1,300 yards with 15, 16 touchdowns per year, and then you get a year with just 1,000 yards and maybe 7 touchdowns, or you're not getting as many touches and targets, that's a whole completely different thing. But he is in his prime right now currently and ascending. You got to pay for that, and you got to keep it, because let me tell you something. Terry is the type of guy that he has a chip on his shoulder, and if he gets an opportunity to come back around and you're in his way, he's going to run through your face mask to prove a point. So you better keep him around, and I think that'd be the easiest layup, is by keeping Terry around.
Terry McLaurin is the embodiment of the commander tag. When they talk about the commander tag that they put on guys for captains, leadership, and the type of players they want here, Terry is the poster child for that shit. He's
Absolutely
everything you want on and off the field, and he's one of the few players that play his position that is not a diva. And he's the nicest guy in the world off the field. On the field, he turns into a demon. He turns into a demon. When Terry start cussing, I'm listening. Terry turned into a vocal leader for the first time last year, and them pregame speeches be giving me goosebumps, bro.
Dog, Terry McLaurin is the example of that guy in school that didn't talk too much, that didn't say too much, but if it's time to go, he was the crazy one. I feel like that's who Terry is. Terry been quiet, he been minding his business, and then something last year woke him up. And I think, finally Jonathan Allen got out of the way so that he could make his pregame speech. Could you imagine? We could have been having these Terry speeches 5 years ago, but Jonathan Allen wanted to police the talk circle before the game. But Terry last year, bro, he just woke up, and he's an animal, bro. Like, the thing is too, bro, a lot of guys get thrusted into those positions and they don't back it up, right? Terry got thrusted in that position, and he's literally toted the company line, multiple 1,000-yard seasons. Regardless of who's been his quarterback, he's always played well. Now, think about how much his game is going to ascend with Jaden. You just saw it this year.
Oh yeah,
But
that's gonna extend his prime. It's gonna extend his prime because he got a quarterback that's gonna walk it to you for same day delivery every time he throws the ball to you. It makes your job so much easier as a
bruh,
receiver.
think about it like this. Tim Duncan extended David Robinson's career, right?
Sure
You
did.
look at though there's so many of those examples through baseball and through the NBA where all it took was somebody younger, somebody skilled to help you hang around a little bit longer. And I think that's just gonna be the specific example of Terry being able to hang around in the league longer because he will have more opportunities. He'll have guys, and then just think about this year itself, right? Think about how open Terry's gonna be, bro. Because on the offense, Debo Samuel was there, bro. You're gonna have to pay attention to Debo Samuel,
Yes,
right?
sir.
You're gonna have to pay attention to Zach Ertz because even with aging Zach Ertz, he's proved that you gotta watch him, bro. Terry's gonna get open, and I feel like they're gonna move Terry around this year. You know, he
There's a
primarily played
4-3-4 demon on the roster now named Jalen Lane as well.
Slim. You're gonna have to respect him. So the thing about that, guys like that, when he does get his touches, he's gonna make impact. Terry, I could easily see Terry, having a lot of 4 or 5 catch games, 110 yards and a touchdown, or some games where he might just be like 3 catches, 77 yards and a touchdown, but it's like critical plays and critical spots. But the one thing about Terry, yeah, he had that one time where he mentioned about running cardio because he was frustrated. But other than that, man, regardless if Terry's getting one touch or 10 touches, he's going to make a play with whatever he has. And I love that for Terry. He's gonna be here. He's gonna be here for the foreseeable future, unless the sky falls and he wakes up and decides he want to be, top one overall money. Like that would be different.
And I don't see that, and I don't see the team ever putting him in a situation where he would have to do no shit like that. But this is what I see for Terry. First of all, Jaden Daniels is quarterback now, makes his life so much easier. We're talking about a potential future Ring of Fame guy. We're talking about someone who's going to have over 10,000 receiving yards career, over 15 touchdowns career. I believe he only needs 12 more. He might get 12 more again this year. He might be at 50 touchdowns by the end of 2025. It's an easy sell to extend Terry. I want them to make a full Commander's Log episode when they do so, because Terry is a coach's dream, a GM's dream, a quarterback's dream, the whole nine. And he's as worthy as anybody, man.
I like that comparison. Terry's like Fitzgerald.
Yeah, he is.
Larry kept ascending, and they kept Larry there. Even when Larry had the opportunity to go to other spots to try to win, he stuck it out with the Cardinals and played there. And I think that's the perfect comparison. Similar skill set, not always the fastest, not always the strongest, but both of them guys always had heart. And at the end of the day, both of them guys will be in the Hall of Fame for what they do.
And this is my extension framework for Terry McLaurin. 3 years, $95 million. 3 years, 95 gives him 31 and a half, a little bit over 31 and a half million a year. Let me see where that puts him throughout the league in highest paid contract so far, because I think it would put him around like 6 or 7. See, look, we're not talking 40. We're not talking crazy like the top couple contracts in the league. 31 and a half will put him right behind AJ Brown. That's perfect. 31 and a half. It puts him in between St. Brown and AJ Brown and Amon-Ra St. Brown. 31 and a half to 31.6 million a year. 3 years, 95. We'll talk to you again in a couple years to get you a little sweetheart fade to the sunset contract after your age 34 season or age 33 season. But 3 years, 95 million sound good to me. What are you thinking for a dollar amount?
I like that. Is that Amon-Ra St. Brown deal? Did he recently do that one?
Yeah, I believe it was like a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm looking at, I think Waddle may not even be in this category anymore to get another deal like this. So I think Tyreek Hill will be able to get another deal that'll be up with this type of money. But other than that, bro, I think it's right on par with the league, bro. He's a top 10 receiver. He needs to be paid in the top 10. So you said 31 a year?
Yeah, 31 points. I think it's like 3 over 95. I think it adds up to like 31.6 million a year.
That puts you in the top. Yeah, man. Why not, bro? And I think, and I think if we're talking about that type of money, I think anywhere, because right now, what is he currently making a year? He's making
22 to 24 a year.
Yeah, I think if you even came up to 29, like 28, 29, I think he'd be fine with that. But
I think you got to start it with a 3. I think for Terry, you got to start it with a 30, man. You got to give him the 30 piece, man.
Hey, I think you got to start it there, but I don't even think he'll request that. I think Terry, it was like it just like it's just more money to be better. Like I think 28, 29, 30, I think those numbers will be good. And what people got to realize too, fans, is that the market for positions are changing, bro. Receivers are inching closer and closer to quarterback money from like 5-10 years ago. So this is not uncommon, right? To be paid 30 mil a year. And also the salary cap is consistently going up. You know, with most of these rosters, your quarterback, wide receiver, and edge, and maybe left tackle, those 4 positions taking up a big a nice little piece of your salaries, right? So I'm okay with this. Like, this is based upon the league. Like, this is the league trend. This is how it's supposed to go. So I don't have no problem with that.
Yeah, Terry got to be a Washington lifer at this point. And to be perfectly honest, Terry didn't even do all that Terry could have did last year. There were a couple games where he was blanketed and didn't really have to show up on the stat sheet, where we really could have been talking a 1,400 yard season, some more touchdowns. A couple of them big plays where he didn't high step could have been touchdowns. So he balled out, and there was stuff left on the field last year, man. Get the guy. I think it's going to be somewhere around $30 million a year. It's got to.
The addition of Tunsil with more protection and Connolly with more protection, who knows how that opens up this offense for everybody to have a crazy type of year. Jaden could throw for 5,200 yards. Like, who knows what this could mean? We could have 3 receivers with over 1,000 yards. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like who knows what is going to happen? And I just think Jaden in year 1 is only going up, man. He's a great talent, and they're gonna scheme up a way to get all these guys better. And let me tell you something. While Terry wants to have all the yards and the stats, I think Terry would be perfectly happy with a Super Bowl victory, bro. Like, perfectly happy with just winning. I think that's the fans that care about the numbers and all that stuff. Bro, he just want to win and want to play ball. That's why I love him. That's why people like that should be taken care of. You know, so I think regardless of what happens, he'll be in the fold for years to come. They'll retire his number, man.
And I would imagine this one is 1,000% definitely getting done before the season, probably, right?
Yeah, you got to do that. You know, they might be holding that for one of these weeks right before the training camp starts.
Yeah, when nothing's happening, you know?
Yeah. By the way, ching ching, like, what's the cash app joint? Yeah, Terry Mclaurin has been re-signed for 3 years, 95. Like, bro, it's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's definitely happening. Then we're gonna have to start having conversation. It's not much of a conversation to me about should we extend B-Rob at the end of the year. And you already know that is a resounding. I don't believe in paying running backs money unless you got one of the top 4 or 5 running backs in the league, or you have a ridiculous game changer. I don't believe in paying running backs, bro.
Man.
I believe you keep drafting them, and you keep a revolving door of draft 2 if you need to. I don't believe in paying the running back position unless you got a Saquon or a Henry or McCaffrey in his prime. Not now, McCaffrey.
Man, let me tell you something. This will be you can put a pin in this one, but I think he might be one of them ones that may not make it on that week 1 roster, man. Like, I think, yeah,
Brian Keith.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what
that's spicy. That's spicy.
You look at how they move, right? You look at what they do. Even guys that we thought the team liked and were ready for, if they found somebody else that can do what they want them to do, and if he hasn't bought in, which I believe he will, but I wouldn't be surprised, bro. Either, you know, they could trade him, or he, you know, I think he'll make the roster, of course. But I don't think
he has trade value. Like my man right here, Ronald, said he want to trade him maybe a 4. I can tell you this: Brian Robinson with 1 year left on his deal, ain't nobody trading no 4th or 5th. You'd be lucky to get a conditional 6th or 7th for Brian Robinson.
If he's not in your future, that might be better than getting nothing for him, bro. Like it could happen. Who knows? But I don't know, man. That's something spicy we would say for.
But we're going to trade B-Rob for a pick swap.
Bro. Hey, I
Hey,
trade.
hey, you got a higher fourth than me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We could swap fourths and just take them up off of us, bro. Because I want Ja'Cory, Krosky, Mary. I want Bill on that football field because Bill can hit homers. He can hit dingers, man.
Dog, that's what you need, bro. Especially in the offensive league, bro.
Mhm.
The way the Commanders played against the Lions is what I think how they want to play. Up tempo, fast, speed, score quickly, have those opportunities. I think that's how they want to play.
And
So
B-Rob played pretty well in that one too.
yeah. So like if you have that opportunity to do so, I think that's gonna happen, bro. And I don't know if B-Rob fits with a high tempo, high speed type offense. You might need a bruiser down low, you know, when you get down in the red zone. But even still, it's more of a threat with the read option when you get within the 5-yard line. You're trying to go score a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? I don't know anything. I'm hoping I'm loud and wrong that they just find a way to make it work and it works out for him. Because at the end of the day, it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? I think they know what they're doing and they know what's best for the team. But trust me, I don't think they're going to hold on to a guy just because of his draft status or, you know, what they, you know, if you're not fitting in, you're not fitting in. And we
I
saw
think
that
B-Rob,
before.
I think B-Rob is here to stay. I just think at
Okay.
some point of the season, there's going to be hands in his cookie jar. You know,
for
I
sure.
think
Hey,
there's definitely.
wow.
Oh, yo, that was crazy. Oh, that was crazy.
Dang.
Oh my God, I didn't even realize what I was saying. There were people
Whoa.
taking snaps away from B-Rob.
Hey, yo, that's one of the ones you gotta be like, ooh.
That was crazy. Hey, yo, that was definitely
There's gonna be hands in his cookie jar. Wow. Cut it.
That 7th round pick is coming to steal snaps from all these bastards at some point of the season. B-Rob's going to be the RB1 for this football team. But I think if there's competition, I think that kid's going to make – the kid has something nobody in the room has. He has juice. He has speed. He has natural vision, lateral – I ain't seen a jump cut here since AP played for us, bro. That kid can jump cut. Like,
hey, I'll say this too also. There's no B-Rob hate. Okay, there's no B-Rob hate.
I like B-Rob. I like Brian Robinson. I've met him a couple times. A cool ass dude. Nobody hates Brian Robinson.
The cookie
Brazilian as hell.
Hey, the cookie. Hey, bro, I gotta go soon, bro. The cookie diddler. Did you see that one?
Cookie diddler is crazy.
Hey, look, he do it.
Yeah, me and Louis T are on a legendary run of competing to say who could say the most out of pocket shit on stream, bro.
The cookie diddler. Every Sunday I'm taking your cookies.
Yeah, man. I said he had his hand in his cookie jar. That's funny,
wow, bro. That was really explicit. Like, if you just imagine somebody who just opened YouTube and they turn it on and that's the first thing they hear. He's gonna have his hands in the cookie jar. What type of podcast is this?
Your quarterback paints his nail. Don't ever call anybody zesty or come in here talking disrespectful about this franchise. I like what y'all potential could be under Ben Johnson, but Chicago Bears fan, y'all could kick rock. Y'all haven't arrived yet, so come back when y'all do. Good talk, man. Thanks for having them. But
that DB still trying to talk to the fans before that Hail Mary, bro.
I don't want to hear a Bears fan can't say shit to me in 2025, bro. They can't say nothing to me. Get your non-playoff ass in the gym, get in the lab and get active.
Get your wins up, fam. Before you come holler at me.
Yeah, get your rank up, get your level up, and fuck out of here, man. Nobody wants to hear from y'all right now. Y'all got to prove yourself first. Who are the Bears?
Shout out to my guy Boogie, man, for tuning in, man. That's my guy, man. That's my twin brother, man. If you look back at any of my old acting stuff, we play brothers in like 2 things, bro. It's hilarious, bro. They just, those white writers just lumped us in and say, hey, these 2 black guys look alike. They both fat and black. Let's put them together. They're brother number 1, brother number 2. Gangster number 1.
That's exactly how Hollywood be too.
Look, this what I had. Look, this what I had here too. They was like, boy, they both got fades, they both got beards. Put them on. They brother number 1, brother number 2. Like, bro, we don't look nothing alike, bro. Nothing at all. No, yes, you do. For this story, you do.
That's fucking hilarious. So we're 100% on Terry getting extension before the season, and we also think Tunsil. You think Tunsil gets done during the season, before the season, or after the season?
I think before. I think you kind of want to go in with some, hey, these guys are here. this is what it's gonna be. And I think signing them before the season, you kind of get them on board and get them to buy in. I think he's already bought in, but I think you get everybody on board knowing that these guys are gonna be here for the immediate foreseeable future. So I think it'll get done. I think they'll both get done. I think both contracts will get done before the season begins. Bro, what type of show is this? What type? We had political commentary. We both freaky boys. Like, what's going on?
You get a little bit of everything when you come to this channel. It's a mix. It's a smorgasbord of just shit over here, man. You can get a little bit of everything. But that's why we have fun. That's how we have fun over here, man. That's how we get down on the Rambling with Rio YouTube channel.
What is happening? Hey, Rio, before, man, I gotta head out, man. But before,
I'm about to wrap it up. So
yeah, okay, perfect. Oh, good. Well, do your outro, man. Do your outro, man.
No. Say what you're gonna say before we get out of here, man.
Look, I just want to remind everybody, Tuesday, May the 27th, I'll be making my stand-up comedy debut at the Piano Keys Club in Brandywine, Maryland. So if you're local, pull up and come check me out. It's gonna be a good time, man. I'm making my stand-up debut, man. If you rock with me, you like anything that I do, please support. And also on all social media platforms, you can hit me up at D Will Does It All. Once again, that's D Will Does It All. From comedy, jokes, laugh. Yes, I did it. You should go back and look at the replay.
Yeah, I did Coach the first few minutes of it. But before we get out of here, we got to get a little Ocho because your boy Shannon. Hey, you still got to pull up with your boy Uncle Shay Shay after all of these things he got. What's going on with your boy Shannon right now, man?
I don't know. I don't know.
Listen, Ocho, listen. Ocho, listen.
I told you everything was consensual with that girl. Everything was consensual with that girl. I told you, man, that girl was 19 years old. That girl was legal, but I ain't do nothing wrong.
Donald Trump, roast of rump, lick of the fire.
Oh, he's cooked at ESPN, by the way.
Oh, it's a wrap, bro. But you know what? Before we get out of here, I want to say this, man. Somebody posted this, and it made perfect sense. That people thought Shannon Sharp was smarter than what he was, and then you realize that he's still a country bumpkin who got a little bit of money. It hasn't changed, bro. Because
I'm about to say, I like Shannon Sharp, the media personality. I don't think smart is anything I would ever have associated with Shannon Sharp.
Never. And it's wild to see the downfall. And listen, I'm not saying that. I'm not implicating him saying he did anything, but bruh, you got to run in different circles when you get a certain age, bro. And I can't call him Unc no more because he don't deal with no aunties. So I can't call him that no more, bro. He's already shown
he with the nieces.
He with the nieces.
No,
he don't deal with no aunties.
No. He ain't with the nieces. He's with the nieces. That's crazy.
It's a big difference, bro. So I'm like, it's almost like to the point where it's like, bro, I don't like saying this because I don't want to put I don't want to blame victims.
Oh, right? No, he's definitely the Debo definitely got a little zest on. I know what
bro.
He
made himself a target, bro. And it's so easy. Like it feel like he's super gullible. And if you act like and just even listen, you hitting the text. Call me. Don't say none of that.
Yo, those text messages, I could do a whole live stream where we just go where we can just play by play the text messages between him and this little OnlyFans girl because those messages are crazy. Bro.
What a fool, bro! Like, what happened to just regular prostitution? What happened to going to your local street corner, getting a woman who's just whatever? No, he has to go on OnlyFans. And if you think about it, dealing with an OnlyFans girl, that's the dumbest thing you could do because their whole MO is to be out and about. Like their whole thing is for people to see them online, to know who they are and what they do. Old school prostitution, you only knew what they did if you went down there. If you went down the street, you only knew that's what happened, bro.
He's too big in black flesh.
I'm looking for a prostitute. Anybody want to get down? I got $50 million. Anybody want some?
Hey, Shannon Sharp. I'm sorry, bro. Don't talk like you're not old enough to talk to me when you say phrases like baby gravy. Don't say baby gravy to me. Don't say the words. Don't put the words baby and gravy in sequence in any conversation with me, bro.
If a shorty had texted me that, bro, I would block her so fast. I put some of that baby. What? Baby great, what?
Baby great. Put those big black babies in me was fucking crazy.
Hey, he should have slapped her through the phone, bro. Like, what are you talking?
Like, bruh.
He like that shit. This big country ass love
You
that
know
shit.
he do. Hey, say that to me again, baby. You know, I'm from rural South Georgia. I had a tin roof and cement floors. I grew up with my mama and my grandmama. No daddy around. My grandfather was my biggest inspiration. My brother, who played in the league. He was the best athlete in our family, and I somehow was able to make it. And now I'm a fool, and anybody that says a good thing to me, I'm gonna like it and love it. And if you're white and you're under 20 years old, let's get it going. Because that's essentially what he's saying, dog. Come on, man.
Hey, I knew something was off with Shannon when I seen a clip of him doing the electric slide. I done been to many a function. I done seen us blacks electric slide to every genre of music that exists. I ain't never seen nobody electric slide like Shannon Sharp electric slide.
You know what? You know why I can't do the electric slide? Because when I grew up, we didn't have electricity. We had so I can't do no slide.
That boy does the hokey pokey shuffle, but
Turn yourself around.
That boy looked like he was swimming in some more shit when he was doing that joint. But man, that is how you close off. That's how you close out a Rio and D Will stream.
Yes, sir.
Let the folks know where they can follow you and when we gonna get this afternoon kick back going.
Hey man, we talked about it the other day, man. We're gonna get the afternoon kick rolling again. I think once I get this comedy thing set up out the way, and we probably go hard coming up in June. So we'll get rolling again. That'd be perfect timing too, like with all those mini camps and everything and getting ready for training camp. But of course, y'all can follow me on all social media platforms at D Will Does It All. I'm heavy right now on Threads and IG, so hit me up there, and also TikTok, where you got song remakes, you got stand-up comedy, you got Big Jim from West Texas, man. You got everything, man. A little bit of comedy, and then of course, the end of this month, the 27th, I'm making my stand-up comedy debut in Brandywine at Piano Keys on show with comedian Mike Brooks, man. So please make sure y'all pull up and check me out, man. And also, I can't forget about the YouTube page, Breaking Command Entertainment, man. Hit us up there. A whole lot more stuff coming on with Rio and myself, man. So of course, as always, brother, I appreciate you and everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all for hanging out and sticking around, even though I ain't putting nothing out right now. But I appreciate y'all, man. One love, man, for real.
Y'all make sure y'all sub up my boy, and make sure y'all sub up this channel if you're not already. Everybody's welcome. Our love language over here is everybody's welcome, and everybody can get it, man. Shout out to my boy The Scrolls representing the Chicago Bears, because it don't matter who you're a fan of. You're always welcome to this channel. We heard from Ocho. We heard from Coach Prime. We heard from Shannon Sharp, and we roasted Donald Trump's shoulders for like 20 minutes straight during that awkward-ass press conference that we clicked in on today. We came to the conclusion that Terry will 1000% be extended sometime this season, and probably Tunsil at some point this year as well. That is all we got for right now. Rio and D Will checking out. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Fuck the Philadelphia Eagles. Talk soon.